movements here. So make sure that you can see her. We'll find a spot. So what we're going to start with is the lateral hips. So AKA kind of that TFL, high T-bandish area, a little bit of the glute med there. So we want to get into a position where our spine is stacked here. So we're not looking at dumping into the floor, getting into a poor position on our spine, so strong pillar position. And then we're just going up and down maybe 1 to 2 inches, trying to look for hot spots. So a hot spot is kind of one of those, ooh, it hurts so good. So if we find a hot spot, we want to stop our body and kind of work our way almost cross friction. So we're going to kind of pin it down and roll our body on that. And we'll do about maybe 3 to 5 reps with a steady tempo, and then we'll move on and just try to kind of comb that area to see if we have any more hot spots here. So I got my timer rolling here. We'll go about 20 more seconds on this side, and then we'll swap to the opposite side. So another couple things you can do is you can actually move that leg. So if you're pinned down on there, we can go ahead and do a little karate kick with a nice tempo. The goal is a pin and tack technique here. So we're thinking about just pinning down where that hot spot is, getting a little bit of light movement, and then hopefully that'll alleviate a little bit of that tension. All right, so let's finish up where you're at. We'll go ahead and switch to the other side. And being all coaches, I know we know good position here. We want to think that shoulder into a good position, not letting it rise up to the ear, shrugging. Again, not dropping our side to the floor, thinking stacked. Good question you can ask yourself is, would you load that position? Is their shoulder in a good position? Is their spine in a good position? The answer is no. We'll try to correct for that. So as we're working through and finding those hot spots, remember, pin it down, get some movement, either cross friction, rotating the body over, or getting that knee to bend so we get a little bit of activation underneath that tension. Awesome. All right. So that's going to be it for that side. How'd that feel? Nice and spicy? Awesome. So we're going to stretch that area now. So we're going to go through a pigeon stretch. It's a modified pigeon. So we're going to start in a quadruped position. So all fours like a push-up. Then we're going to extend both of our feet back. I want you to bring the knee forward towards your shoulder and then bring it across the body to about mid-sternum. We're going to plant the knee down to the ground and then flare your foot as far down as you, or far out as you can underneath your body. So make sure that knee does not move there. We want it center chest, center sternum. Now with that planted down, try to bring your top hip down towards the bottom knee. So think of it as a door hinge. We're going to get a little bit of rotation here. So we're going to pry our body weight. So we're going to think this way, kind of pulling down towards the ground. And it might take a little bit of a posterior shift, rocking back to feel this. If you're not feeling this, you might be very flexible or potentially in a not a great position here. So our hand position, we can lower down to the elbows if we need a little bit of a extended stretch. If we have that ability to get down there. Dre says no. Me neither, buddy, me neither. All right, so before we move on here, we're going to actually fire up an isometric. So this isometric, we're trying to cement, put some tension through when we have length. So I want you to think about pushing our knee down through the floor. So we're trying to push that knee out back to where we started. This should really light up that glute. So build up some tension. We'll hold that for about 5 more seconds here, usually about 10 to 15 seconds. And then we'll switch sides after that. Okay, let's go ahead and switch. So setting that position first, push-up position, knees center chest, foot flared out. Posteriorly shift your weight back and then close that hip. Hip comes down towards the knee. So Derek, let's go a little more here with your knee. Flare the foot out. And work on closing this guy down. I'll drop you down to the elbows. Awesome. We're working our way down, getting a little bit of dynamic movement, feeling that stretch. Double checking our knee didn't slide out towards the same side shoulder, keeping it underneath your sternum. Let's go ahead and add that iso. We're going to push down into it, 10 seconds, ramping up tension. Awesome. 3, 2, 1. Good. We're going to roll right into bird dog. So we're going to stay in that quadruped position. Our knees are stacked underneath our hips, hands underneath our shoulders. And I want you to get opposite arm and leg extended out as far as you can. We're not thinking up here, we're thinking out. So that little bit of a toe lift, I want you to dorsiflex your toe so it lifts off the ground just slightly. Then from here, let's go ahead and bring it back in and hit the same side again. We're gonna go 30 seconds and then switch. Our goal here is tension. So if I come around the room, I should see fists locked in. I'm going to give you a little bit of perturbation here. Locked in. We're going to hold each rep for about 3 to 5 seconds. We have tension everywhere. Working on our brace, working on getting our glutes to fire with our opposite upper back. Our hands are really crushing down into the floor, getting a nice co-contraction of the pecs and the lats. Let's go ahead and switch sides. Remember that hold. We want to think length here. Heel is far back our way from our opposite fist. That dorsiflex position, that's toe towards the knee. We're thinking tight, stable. I shouldn't be able to knock you over. 15 more seconds here. I should hear some breathing here. We should really be bracing, getting tight, exhaling as we reach. A little bit of that power breath. What a nice neutral head position, chin's tucked in a little bit. We'll lift the head up a bit for me. There we go. Awesome, all right. And then we're gonna go ahead and slide right into our right side. We're gonna go a side plank hip thrust here. So this will look like really tucking the knees towards the hips. So Tasha's our demo here. She's gonna set the shoulder in and she's gonna pop up her hips off the ground, lifting her top leg as far as she can, externally rotating and abducting. As we come down, think about sitting your hips back so your heels should be pretty close to your bum. We're going to go up and hit 12 per side. Again, our shoulders should be in a nice co-contracted position, so we got a nice point of centration, which means our ball and socket joint is not lifting up towards our ears or driving forward. Hopefully no pain. If you need to, you can assist with the opposite hand on the ground. Once you hit 12 reps, I want you to switch and hit the other side. We're going to do 2 rounds of this. Awesome, looks good. Try to really work on throwing your belt buckle across the room. If we can, we'll pick that top leg off of the bottom foot. So this is going to work that whole lateral chain. We're getting that same area that we stretched and foam rolled. We're firing up our glute, firing up our oblique, getting things talking here, thinking stability, thinking activation. Kind of also works as a corrective. Awesome. Once you hit 12 on this side, roll right into the other side. We got 2 sets, 2 sets. 2 sets of 12. I know, it should get you sweaty. It is a warm-up, right? So we are moving and grooving here. We want to increase that core temperature. Get a little bit of glisten on your forehead. That's a good thing. Yeah, the range of motion might drop a little bit. That's fine. Awesome. Work on that second set, second side. Get a little glute pump. Let's go, squad. Molly, I know you're missing this. Let's go, let's go. If you can come up explosively, yeah, and then just a big squeeze at the top. Our goal here is mind-muscle connection, so we want to think about really driving a lot of strong contraction to that glute. Again, solid positioning, solid range of motion here. Awesome. All right, I think most of us are finishing up on that one, so we'll bring it up to standing. And then we're going to work on our, if you need to finish, go for it. We're going to go for body weight squat here. So this one, we're going to think tempo. So we're going to really root our feet down into the floor, including that big toe. So think about if you're on a piece of butcher paper, you're going to spread it right down the middle. So from here, I want you to make a open palm and a fist in the other hand. We're going to punch that together, crush that. So we're going to get some co-contraction, pecs, lats. Our feet rooted into the floor, spreading that. Rib cage down, we're bracing our stomach. We're going to pull ourselves down slow. We're going to think 3-second negative, 1 second pause in the hole, and then come up strong. Awesome. Just give me 6 reps. We'll go the lower of the rep range here. We'll go 6 reps. Good. Nice, strong, stable positions. Again, kind of recapping. We're mentally checking in. How do our knees feel? Can we do a squat today? Can we put load on you? Does the back feel good? Do we need any modifications? Awesome. After those 6, we're going to go right into our single leg series here. This is going to be a high knee to RDL. Again, kind of working on stability. This is that hinge pattern. So we'll go through just 5 per side. I'm going to start to accelerate it a little bit. So we'll just do 1 round of these. So some single leg stability, getting that hip going. Done all this pillar bracing, now we're challenging it. We're integrating it into a foundational movement pattern here. A little bit of unilateral. We could all use more of that. All right, once you get the 5, we're going to switch sides, hit 5 on the opposite side. Thinking long from the head to the heel. Get that knee up to 90 degrees. Everybody's looking solid. Awesome. All right. As we finish those up, I'll explain our next round, then we'll do this together. So we're going to go through a reactive vertical jump. So if you can't jump, we'll do an iso. We're going to pull down like a snap down and just really create tension here. So that'll just be down, hold for like 3 to 5 seconds, and we'll do 3 reps of that. For those that can jump, we're going to jump as high as you can, hit the ground, jump again, and jump again. 3 reps. So we'll do 2 sets of 3 reps, or 3 reps of 3 to 5 seconds of the isos. Make sense? Awesome. So let's get a tall reach. And then when I say go, we're going to just drop into a reactive jump. 3 reps in a row. Ready? Go. Yeah, 3 in a row, 3 in a row. Awesome. All right, tall reach. Second set. Ready? Go. Awesome. All right. How do we feel? Pretty good, pretty warm. Ready to squat? Awesome. All right. So, yeah, we might add a 3rd round in that, but I want to keep it a little bit more condensed. Respect you guys' time on that, but